Hello viewers, I am A.K. Singh, Department of Zoology, Banaras Hindu University. I am going to explain inbreeding coefficient, that is how to calculate inbreeding coefficient of a population. If we define this inbreeding coefficient, then we can say that it indicates that to what extent inbreeding is occurring in a population. So it actually indicates the level of inbreeding in a population. Extent of inbreeding in a population could be known by calculating this inbreeding coefficient. It is shown by the letter F, and this F is equal to HE minus HO divided by HE. Once again, let me repeat. F is inbreeding coefficient. This is inbreeding coefficient. This is equal to HE minus HO divided by HE, where this HE is equal to expected heterozygosity of a population, and HO stands for observed heterozygosity of a population. So, if we analyze a population for the different types of genotype with respect to a specific locus, then we can know that how many individuals are heterozygotes in that population. So it means we can know the observed heterozygotes, and then based on the frequency of homo and heterozygotes, we can calculate the frequency of two alleles, and we can also calculate the expected heterozygosity. All these aspects we can understand by taking an example. But one thing before taking an example I want to explain, that is, if this F value is equal to 0, then it indicates that there is no inbreeding. Inbreeding is completely absent in the population. This will happen when observed and expected heterozygosity will be exactly same. And if this F value is equal to 1, then it shows complete heterozygosity, complete inbreeding. So, and sometimes this F value could be in minus. If it is in minus, then it indicates that observed heterozygotes are more than expected. This shows that heterozygotes are being selected. They are showing superiority, and in that case only one will find more heterozygotes in the population than expected. So let us understand this entire aspect by taking an example. Now, suppose we consider a specific locus. Two alleles are there on this locus, capital A and small a. So due to this, three type of individuals will be there: AA, capital A, and small a. So for a specific locus, three different type of individuals could be present in the population. Suppose AA types, they are 40 in number. These heterozygotes, they are also 40 in number, and 20 homozygous recessive are there. So this we have observed. Now based on this observed value, we can calculate the frequency of A, that is frequency of A. This will be equal to our A allele, frequency of A allele. We can calculate this will be 40 plus 40 plus 40 divided by 200. How we got all these things? See, the total of this will be 100. Actually, we have analyzed 100 individuals in the population. Now, if 40 individuals are AA, means both chromosomes have capital A alleles. So that is why we are taking 42 times, 40 on one chromosome, 40 on another chromosome, and then those who are heterozygotes, they also contain capital A. So this number 40 will also be coming here. So 40 has come twice, and then this 40, that is one of the chromosome in heterozygotes that contain capital A allele. So the total number will become 120. Why we are dividing it by 200? Because if 100 individuals are being observed, it means 200 alleles are being observed. So the frequency will become 0.6. Now frequency of A allele will become 0.4, because total will have to be 1. Or we can calculate it by considering this 20 plus 20 plus 40, that is small allele of heterozygotes, divided by 200, and this figure will come 0.4. So when we have the frequency of capital A and small a allele, then we can calculate expected heterozygotes. How this will be done? See, expected heterozygotes will be P square into N. N stands for number of individuals observed. This 2PQ, that is heterozygotes into N, and this will be Q square into N. So P square, that is 0.6, 0.6, it's a square into 100. So this will be coming 36. And this will be 2 into 0.6 into 0.4 into 100. So that will be coming 48. And this will be 0.4, it's a square into 100. This will be 16. And this will be the expected value. Now total will be 100. Total of expected values must come equal to the observed one. So we expect 48 heterozygotes in the population, whereas only 40 individuals have been observed. So now we can calculate this F value, that is inbreeding coefficient, as we know that F is equal to this HE minus HO divided by HE. So this will be coming 48 minus 40 divided by 48. So finally you will be getting 8 divided by 48. And when you will calculate this, the value will be coming 0.166. Or you can say that there is nearly 17% inbreeding in the population. See, we are observing little bit more expected heterozygotes. We expect more heterozygotes than observed. So it means there is some inbreeding. So in this case, we are getting that yes, inbreeding is there. Now once again let me repeat the earlier statement, that if suppose you get expected individuals HE, that is 50, and HO, that also come 50. In that case, this F value will be 50 minus 50 divided by 50, it will be 0. So whatever you are expecting, exactly the same value you are getting. 0, it means there is no inbreeding. But if you get only, see, only you are getting, means you are not getting heterozygotes at all in the population. So what will be the result? 50 minus 0 divided by 50, it will be coming 1. So 1 means there is complete inbreeding in the population, because heterozygotes are totally lacking, completely lacking in this population. And in any case, if you find that this HE is more, HE is less, this HE is less than this HO, in that case you will find the value in minus, and that value will be in minus. So that will indicate that heterozygotes are being selected, or they are actually showing superiority, and that is why it is a population in which inbreeding is not taking place, rather heterozygotes are always being selected. So this you can do by taking some more examples. Thank you.